So these are just a few poses for hip opening poses. So the first one, which is one of the most simple poses, but it's quite nice, is child's pose. So you're bringing the knees apart as far as you can. Could be a little bit, it might be wider, and ideally keeping the feet together. If you can't keep the feet together, that's also fine. You could put a block in between the feet. And then you're trying to bring your bum towards your feet and the hands out in front. So the further the knees are apart, the more it's going to get in on the hips and the groin, but also the more pressure it's going to put on the hips and the groin and the knees. So depending on your ability and your body, you may or may not keep the legs quite so wide. You might bring them in closer, again the toes mightn't touch, and then you're just coming down and your chest mightn't reach the floor. If it doesn't, you could put something underneath it, or you could just stay as you are, but either with or without props. So this would be the first nice hip and opener, quite easy, low impact, and it's very accessible for everybody. The second hip opener that is quite nice is Virabhadrasana, so warrior pose, but on the mat rather than standing. So you're keeping your knee over your ankle, you're bringing your hands by your side, and then you're lowering down, so you're lunging down as low as you can. Again, there should be no pressure on the knee. You're feeling then this in the hip, the groin, then just looking forward, or you might be on your fingertips, or you may not reach the floor, so you just put something either side. And again, just staying in this pose, maybe 5 breaths, 8 breaths, 10, whatever works for you. Or you could come up to sit up further, so you're not lunging down, you're keeping the knee over the ankle, and you're just staying up like this, still getting the benefits of the pose, but just not quite as intense. Or maybe just raising the arms like you were doing warrior pose, but instead on the mat, which allows you get further into the hips. Where warrior pose from standing, Virabhadrasana, is a really nice pose also for the hips, but sometimes more challenging to get into the hips if they're a little bit tight. The third pose, which is quite nice, is lizard pose. So you're bringing your foot out to the side. Again, you can start with the knee over the ankle. You can bring the 2 hands to the inside of the foot. You could stay just like this, staying for 5 breaths or so, or you could come down onto the forearms, slightly more intense, or really opening it up. So you're going to open and raise the inside of the foot. You're going to allow the knee to come out, so you're going to feel that the knee's opening, the hip and the groin, and all together opening up. Again, you might come down low, or you might come up to the hands, or you might bring the leg out behind. But sometimes by bringing the leg out behind, you lose the stretch there in the hip or the groin. Again, you're just going to feel it, you're going to listen, making sure that it's not putting pressure in the wrong places, that it feels okay, that the knee's still okay, that it's being supported, and then again coming up. So that would be another pose that's really nice for the hips. Another option, which is quite nice, is pigeon pose. So again, there's a few options. If you were to come all the way in, you'd bring the leg 90 degrees, you'd align the hips, and then come down. But if the hips are not open and they're tight, that would be putting a lot of pressure to bring the leg all the way into 90 degrees. So you might bring it back further, and then you would stay something like that. So you would just be allowing, again, you're going to feel it on the hip, or you could bring a block underneath that hip there, underneath that sit bone, just to take the pressure from the knee. Left leg out straight, so you don't want to veer off to the side, you're not falling down, those hips are aligned. If what you're trying to imagine is that that left hip is coming down onto the mat with the right. But again, you're never forcing, you're just listening to your body. You might notice one side's much better than the other, so you're trying to balance them out. You're pushing that a little bit more on the stiff side, a little less on the flexible side, and bringing both sides of your body together. So that would be the fourth pose. And a fifth, which is similar again to doing pigeon, but instead it's on your back, but it's also nice. You're bringing, going to do it with the left leg, just to give it a chance. So you're bringing the left leg up onto the thigh, and then you might just slowly stretch it out. So you might begin with the hands by the side, or you might raise this right leg, bringing the hands onto the shin. So from here you're imagining that this left knee is moving away from you, this right thigh coming towards you. Or if you want to make it a little more intense, in front of the shin. And again, just sitting there, allowing the body to relax into the pose. So the more you're not trying to tense or engage too many parts of the body, you're just allowing your body to work on the hips. Sitting, breathing, feeling it, and then exhale, release. So they're all quite simple asanas that will help you with your hips.